Rural girl was surprised to find a woman lying on the roadside, calling for help. She quickly went over and helped the woman up. Then she picked up the bottle of medicine on the ground and handed it to the woman. After taking the medicine, the woman recovered. Little did the girl know, this act would completely change her life, because the woman she saved was a billionaire and the richest woman in the country. Seeing the woman was okay, the girl hurriedly prepared to go back home. The rich woman thought she was going home to cook for her parents, but then heard the girl say her parents had passed away. The wealthy woman realized she was an orphan yet kind-hearted, so she decided to adopt her as a daughter. Then the rich woman sent messages to her 3 sons, asking them to come to Qingshui village. When the girl got back home, her uncle was planning to marry her off in exchange for a $200,000 dowry, but the girl, wanting to go to college in the city, refused to agree. Her uncle angrily scolded her, saying he had raised her for over 10 years, but had no obligation to pay for her college education. Now it was time for her to repay him. The girl questioned why her uncle didn't marry off his own daughter for dowry money. The matchmaker nearby scolded the girl for being ungrateful, saying if it weren't for her uncle adopting her, she would have starved long ago. The girl replied that she had done all the housework over the years, and had already repaid her uncle's kindness. She insisted she would not agree to the marriage. The uncle, upon hearing this, harshly said he had already accepted the dowry money, and if she wanted to leave, she must marry. At that moment, 3 handsome men arrived at the door. As they entered, they ordered their men to seize the uncle and matchmaker. The uncle quickly explained he was just an honest farmer, and had never offended anyone, asking if they had mistaken him for someone else. The CEO replied that they hadn't made a mistake. The matchmaker then blamed the girl, saying she must have offended someone outside. The uncle urged the CEO to deal with the girl, and not bring him any trouble. The CEO confirmed they were indeed here for the girl, adding that the trouble she had caused would also impact her relatives, leading them to ruin at best or even to lose limbs at worst. As long as the uncle cut ties with the girl, he would be safe from involvement. The uncle immediately signed a document to disown her. Seeing her uncle's heartlessness, the girl felt very hurt, unaware that her good fortune was about to begin, because the 3 men were actually the billionaire woman's sons, and they had come to help the girl escape her uncle's control. The unaware girl thought the CEO had come to punish her, and she knelt down in fear, begging him to let her go. At that moment, the rich woman stepped forward, revealing that the 3 men were her sons. The girl then realized they were there to help her. When the wealthy woman learned the girl was an orphan with no home, she offered to adopt her as a daughter. The 3 sons were shocked, never expecting their mother to make such a decision. They asked her why she was doing this, and the rich woman told them about how the girl had saved her. To show her gratitude, she even offered to fulfill one of the girl's wishes, but the girl declined the woman's offer. Just then, the girl's phone rang. She immediately stepped aside to answer it. The neighbor warned the girl that her uncle and aunt were planning to take her back, urging her to escape. After finishing the call, the CEO asked what reward she wanted. The girl asked if they could take her away from the village to the city. The rich woman also made a condition. If the girl agreed to be her daughter, she would take her to live in a city villa. To escape her uncle, the girl agreed. However, the CEO suspected the girl was only interested in his mother's wealth, so he pretended to test her by hiding his true identity. He claimed he and his brothers had low salaries, and that the bodyguards were actually friends pretending. He also told her life at their house would be tough, but the girl, undeterred by hardship, was not intimidated. Then a luxury car worth millions arrived, and the girl overheard the driver calling the man CEO.